I will show you how to do an easy, very natural makeup look using only 5 products and absolutely no foundation in this video. So let's get started, and I'm gonna start with my sunscreen first. This is not part of my 5 products. This is sunscreen that I use on a regular basis, and I'm gonna use today my Solara Sun Care, and this is an SPF 50. I love this so much. It's very hydrating. So I also have a new blush in my collection that I've been wanting to try. I actually did try it yesterday because I just wanted to see the shade, and I actually love it so much. And I'm talking about the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow Blush Stick. Oh, it's so pretty, so similar to the Dior lip balms, lip balms, tinted lip balms. Okay, so now that this is on the sunscreen, let it sit for a little bit. Let me zoom you in a little bit more. And yeah, the blush I was talking about is this one by Dior. And the shade that I have is Toffee. And look how pretty the packaging is. We're gonna come to it and I will show you the exact shade. But this reminds me of just like one of those lip products. Like this one. So compared to a lipstick or lip balm, that's the size of the blush. Okay, so we'll come back to that now. Okay, so like I said, I'm not going to put foundation on my face, but we are going to use a concealer. And this is the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer. The shade I'm going to use today is N1. Very pigmented, and I mean not just pigmented, it just has a lot of coverage. So go very little with this product. So I'm just going to put some here. I'm going to start with this amount, and I'm gonna go in with my BK Beauty 109 brush, which is the smaller brush, and then we'll see if we're gonna need more. But this spreads so nicely everywhere, and it's just so very natural looking. So you can see this side right here compared to this side. I actually love this concealer so much. But be very careful because it is very high coverage and it's quite thick. And if you do put too much, you're going to end up making it look a little bit cakey, or it's going to look like you have too much. It's not because the product is just so thick. So make sure you go with more of a minimal product on your face. So I'm just going to go with my dampened Cool Beauty sponge. I want to see if I need more or not. I don't think I'm going to need any more, but just a little bit there, and maybe on my eyelids. And I've noticed here a little bit. I'm going to add. I'm just going to blend it with the sponge. Oh yeah, it's very nice and glowy and hydrating. It provides a little bit of coverage. Very natural looking. That's the whole point for today. Okay. Let's move on to kind of the main product in today's video, because this is the product we're going to use as a bronzer, and we're going to put it on our eyes since we just have 5 products. So the one that I'm going to use today is going to be a warmer bronzer, because I think a warm bronzy is more of a natural look than using more of a cool tone during summer. So I'm going to go with can you guess? It's by Dior. This one right here, the Dior Forever Natural Bronze in 05 Warm Bronze. You can see that the logo, there used to be a logo here, Dior, is gone. Okay, so I'm gonna put my hair up because when applying bronzer, these little hairs just like to come all over the face. I'm gonna start with this brush. This is a BK Beauty 107, and see how I like it, applying it. I've used before, and I really enjoy. And then I'm going to move probably to more of a fluffy brush to blend everything in. But yeah, this, you just take your time. Make sure you blend everything and you make it look very natural. Now, I'm not a professional makeup artist or anything like that, but I find this look to be super natural and super easy for absolutely anyone. Anyone can accomplish this look. So don't worry, we'll come back and do more blending, but I just want to put on the bronzer first and then see if we need to add any more or just blend. Oh, this is such a beautiful, and it's not a beautiful bronzer, and it's not powdery or anything like that. It's very lightweight. It's not gonna dry up your skin. I'm just gonna go into my Hourglass dual-ended brush and make sure that it's really blended into the skin. This brush is one of my favorite brushes ever. Like, look at that natural bronze. It's so pretty. Now, because it's can grab a little bit, bronze up the nose a little bit here. I wanted more bronze, so I want to add more because I like a bronzy face. Now, my next product, like I said, it's going to be my cream blush. I could have gone with a cream bronzer. It would look really good, but this product is what I want to use on my eyes, and I don't want to use a cream product on my eyes today. We'll come back to the eyes because I'm very excited to play with my new Dior blush. This is in the shade Toffee. When I first opened it, you can see that I've used it once because of the logo. But look at that shade. You wouldn't think that this would transfer nicely on the cheek, but it is going to look so pretty. And the way I'm going to apply this is I'm going to use a Co-Beauty brush like this, very similar to BK Beauty 109. Now let me use this product that I applied here and then go off of the actual blush. And this blush is like a highlighter blush all in one. You can see the glow it provides, and I love this more natural look. I think it goes so nice with this bronzy look as well. Sometimes I don't feel like wearing a very noticeable blush, but I do want to have something on my cheeks, and I think this shade Toffee provides just that. And then you can see the glow that you get with this blush, so you don't even need a highlighter. Only thing I don't like is because obviously this thing, you cannot make it sit down when you use the blush, so you have to make sure that you roll it back in before you lie it down so you don't wreck the blush. So the only thing that sits down is this, so you basically have to put it back in and then it will sit down on the table. But while I'm using it, it would have been nice if the bottom was flat so I can just put it down and work on my face and then use more product if I need to, but it's not a big deal. Wow, okay, that's a lot of glow. You can see. It's so pretty. Very nice, beautiful shade to use on the lips. So if you want to use just 4 products instead of 5, what I'm going to use today, you can use this or any type of cream blush that you're applying as your lip product. I think it's going to tie in your look so beautiful because you use a bronzer on the face and eyes, and then you would use this cream product on your cheeks and lips. But I have something else planned for my lips. So let's move on to the eyes. Very, very simple. So we're going to go into the same bronzer. I'm going to get a BK Beauty 201. And I'm going to start first here. And I am making sure to put this kind of all over the eyelid. But I'm going to do the upper part first. Oh, it's such a soft shadow. It's not powdery. I love that it's not drying. It doesn't feel heavy on the face. This looks very balmy. The blush, I do love it, but if you do have oily skin, I don't know how this will transfer on your skin because from what I see, I have super dry skin and mature skin, and you can really see the blush and how it looks. I personally love it because I hate my dry skin. So every time I look glowy and this like wet look, I love it. Now I'm gonna go do the other eye and make sure that I go almost close to the eyebrow. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit more. So how is everyone doing? Today here in Calgary, we have 25 degrees, which is going to be probably the last day that's going to be so warm because I saw the weather and it looks like we're going to get some colder days, like 19 degrees, 18 degrees, and some rain. And today is smoky because of the wildfires. So they had to cancel some of the kids' school outdoor activities because the air quality statement is quite high, 10 plus, which is very dangerous. Yeah, it's not good. Okay, I'm gonna go with a Aesop E04 brush, which is more of a smaller fluffy brush, into the same bronzer and just apply it here underneath the lash line. You don't have to be precise. You can just, you see just a little bit of blending and add a little bit of color, and that's it. That's all you need to do. That's why this is so simple. And you don't need a ton of products. Okay, I'm gonna go in my BK Beauty brush. Oh, I love it. I love this bronzer. This is one of my favorite powder bronzers ever. Okay, let's finish the eyes. So I'm gonna go with this Tartelette Tubing Mascara in the shade Brown. Such a beautiful mascara. If you haven't tried it, I definitely recommend it. It is so beautiful, long lasting. It doesn't flake because it's a tubing mascara. It's so easy to remove at the end of the night with just some warm water. You don't have raccoon eyes from it. Just a lot of mascara flakes in the sink. That's all that you have to kind of clean your sink. But that's because it's a tubing mascara. It's voluminizing, lengthening, everything you want in a mascara. So on the bottom lashes, I'm just gonna go with a tiny bit, whatever's left on my brush. I'm gonna move it to the other eye without re-dipping it and finish my bottom lashes. And now I'm gonna re-dip it and finish my top lashes. Okay, so this is what the eyes look like. I think it's really pretty. I love it. I actually love the blush as well. Like I said, you don't need to move to any type of other lipstick. You can use your own cream blush or any type of cream blush you've used on your cheeks. You can add it to your lips. You can see how glowy this is. So if you're more oily and you don't prefer this, you can always add a little bit of powder. But like I said, I like it. Let me make sure that I clean up my oils from my lips right now. And I'm gonna go with this wonderful product by Wonderskin. They were kind enough to send this to me and I've been loving them. It's like a lip mask, one of those purple lip stains. And it's this color right here, XOXO, which is very light from what you see here. However, when we apply it, it's gonna look really intense. So at first is this purple one. I'm sure you've seen it all over YouTube. I can't talk while I do this because it's a stain. So you have to really fill it in because you don't want to leave any empty spots there. It does have a little bit of a tingling feeling. Okay, now add more of it. So you have to let it dry, and after it dries, then you use a wet towel and you literally clean your lips, and they're left with this nice lip color, or like kind of a lipstick color on your lips. So let it dry. The bottom one is dried, so I'm gonna let the top one dry and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's start removing the bottom one. And like if you do remove and you touch your foundation, you can always touch it up. Look at that. You can see, isn't that nice? So pretty. It's just a nice lip stain. So there is the bottom one, and let's remove the top now. I think I love this shade out of them all the most that they sent me, because the other ones are a little bit more intense. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. It feels a little bit of tingling. It's nothing bad, but I want you to know that the feeling is normal because every time I use this, I do feel that. And that is the final look using only 5 products. And 5 products because of this. It could have been 4 if you'd have used your cream blush. So what do you guys think? Now, again, you can add a lip oil on top of this to make it look a little bit more juicy, but these are my own lips. You can see nothing comes off. So that's the actual lip stain I'm wetting them with my tongue and nothing comes off. I just love this. And I love this particular shade, the lighter one, because it's still very intense, but not as intense as my other ones that I have. And they all look like that. They all look purple, so you can't tell which one's which unless you look here on the bottom. But anyways, this is my most easy natural makeup look using only 5 products. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.